Hi everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this spooky cafe. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up in the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So like I said, this is a cafe and it came in around like 58,000 simoleons or something, but you know, since it's a cafe, it doesn't really matter because you're just travelling to that place and not really owning it, if that makes sense. And it is on a 30 by 20 lot. I didn't want to go too big because I always have a problem with these community lots, and I know lots of people ask me to do more community lots, so here's something for you. But at the same time, I don't enjoy doing these as much as I do just residential lots. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it's harder to decorate. You're probably thinking, well, why? It's just another lot. But it's just, I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest. It's kind of just, like, the decoration's a little bit different from what I'm used to in a residential lot. And it just seems a little bit more, like, bare, kind of. It's really hard to, like, explain. It just seems to take me a lot more time to decide on what I'm going to do as well. And things just seem a little bit more, I don't know, it's hard to do. Anyway, moving on. I don't really do a whole lot of these, but I have a few more ideas to do them in the future and things. So if you ever have any ideas, well, for any builds in general, but if you have any community lots you'd like me to do, then just leave that down below in the comment section. So I'm just kind of going in with the window placement and stuff here. I wasn't really too sure with the structure of this place. As you can see, it's pretty square. I really wanted to do this kind of like wraparound kind of porch, I guess you could say, and have tables out there as well. But it kind of just made the whole place a little bit more square because, well, as you can see, the actual building itself isn't square. But I wanted to do that wraparound thing, so it does look a little bit more like that. But I tried to make the roofing a little bit more interesting, and I do go back at the end and add in a few more decorations on the roof and things. And I use in this pack mainly vampires and spooky stuff. I don't even think there is any other packs included in this build. Or maybe Get Together actually from the windows, but I can't think of anything else. No, I actually don't think there is. So I haven't really used that many packs in this build, which is kind of surprising because, you know, I just don't really restrict myself on types of packs I'm using and things because, you know, I don't use CC in my builds, so to make up for that, I never really like to restrict myself on what packs I'm using or what kind of budget I have. Unless it's a starter home, then I will restrict myself on that, but anywhere else, I don't really restrict myself on that, really. Anyway, so I'm just kind of going in here with the inside and kind of figuring out what we're going to do in terms of flooring and lights and things. So I went with kind of like the same wall coverings on the outside, and I put those on the inside as well. And like I said, I use vampires and spooky stuff. Now, this year on my channel, I'm not doing a Halloween themed week like I did last year. If you're around then, you may remember I did like a week full of Halloween themed videos. But this year, I kind of felt like if I do that again, I can't really think of another 7 unique different ideas. So I would end up repeating maybe 1 or 2 ideas, which I thought there's not really any point in doing that. So what I thought I'd do is maybe just do a few Halloween, like spooky sort of videos, you know, and I've also got autumn videos as well, because that's, you know, my favourite season in terms of the actual thing, not the weather, but that, like, the colours of the trees and stuff I love. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not going to do a full week of videos, and also I've took a pause here. I was going to like try and cut it out, but it was only a few seconds. Anyway, so yeah, so if you have kind of any ideas you want to see in terms of autumn, you know, builds or anything, or just videos in general that are kind of autumn themed, then let me know. I have done a few already. By the time you see this, I'm not too sure if all of those are gone up yet, but I have recorded a few, and I do have like 1 or 2 ideas for some others I could do. By the time you see this, I think this is going up on like the 29th. No, it should maybe the 29th or 30th. I'm not really 100% sure. I'm kind of planning out what I'm going to do for Halloween, even though it's currently the 24th I'm recording this on. So I haven't really got that much time left. So I also did a little fireplace here as well. I really like this one that we got from Vampires, the game pack, Vampires game pack, and I think it looks really great. I mean, for a cafe, may not fit as well in it, but I thought it was kind of nice and just having, you know, tables everywhere. So I did just do a little seating area here, maybe if it could just be classed as another table, I guess. So I didn't, well, the little video intro I did, I was you may know one thing that's really irritating with those video intros is if there's like candles and stuff in the build. When I do that video intro, I'll normally press play so you can see like the little animation on the candles and stuff. But for the little video intro I did there, I couldn't do that because with these cafe lots, there's always people walking in. And what I do is when I record, like for example, the Red Brick Cafe build that I did not too long ago, in that when I was doing the little video intro, I don't even think I did a video intro because it was just so difficult because people are just walking in all the time, getting in the way. So what I had to do with this, well, what I actually did was when I went in to do the video intro, I used the MC Command Center mod to make everybody leave. But then I started making the little clips and stuff, but everybody just keep coming back. So what I had to do was just make everybody leave and then press pause as soon as everybody left and then do the video intro. So it looked like the candles weren't moving, which is a little bit unrealistic, and but the video was moving, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit odd, but you know, it's only a tiny little thing. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Anyway, so we're just kind of getting the outside placement done here of tables and stuff. As you can see, we've got a few tables for 2, and then I've also got some bigger tables as well, like we have one of those in the inside. Also did a few sofas outside as well along the wall, just 2 on either side of the build. Maybe a little bit odd to have that because you're kind of looking at a table for 2, but you know, it's fine. Just something else to put in there because it was a little bit bare. Also did a few like ivy. That didn't sound right. I put some ivy down, there we go, around this build as well, which is also from the Vampires pack, I believe, so I thought that looked kind of nice. And I'm just going around putting some of these decals in that we got from the Vampires game pack as well, which I think looks really, really great. I really recommend you put these, if you have that pack, of course, but if you're doing kind of a rundown or like an older style build, then I think it's really, really nice to go ahead and put those little wall decals in, like the ones that look like the wallpaper's been teared or something. I think the look just adds so much detail to it. So I haven't finished on the decorations inside. I kind of went to do the tables outside, then come back in to do the rest of the decorations. I don't know why I do that, but I always kind of do a little bit inside, and then I move on to something else, and then come back to do like the finishing touches of that particular area. I don't know why, I'm very jumpy in my builds. It's really weird. I don't know why I do it. So this build took me about 40 minutes, which isn't too long at all. I think I mentioned at the start, but community lots normally take me so much time, it's ridiculous. I don't know why, but they always do. So it was kind of nice to be able to do a community lot like what people request and not be sitting here all day trying to do it. And it's only on 30 by 20 lot as well, so I suppose, you know, that's kind of why it didn't take that long. Also put a few decorations at the front as well, just a few spooky day items, and also I did a little bit of landscaping. I didn't go too overkill with the landscaping this time. Normally what I do with the landscaping, I kind of make it very kind of neat and manicured, I guess you could say. So I have it all kind of in one area with the rocks kind of separated off, but for this one I kind of just put some plants in random areas around the grass, which I thought kind of looked a little bit nicer, just something a little bit different from what we normally do. And just put a bit of terrain paint around there as well. We'll come to do that at the end. Now, I was actually, when you see the end of the video, I was just finished there, going to put up in the gallery, but it was still classing as a residential lot, and I was like, why? Because I did actually class it as a cafe, and it was actually because I forgot one of those little bins, so I had to go back and put one of those in. There was also something else I was going to, oh yeah, lot traits. Now, I don't normally put lot traits in my builds, mainly just because I forget. But for this one, I went ahead and put a few in. So I went ahead and put the Haunted one in, and I also put the Vampire Nexus, and also the Vampire Lair as well. Maybe that one isn't really, you know, like needed for a cafe, but it was kind of just a vampire spooky sort of themed one, so I went ahead and put it in. Now, I was actually going to go ahead and put the autumn mod in this when I was doing this, but what happens is sometimes when I put that mod in, it makes my game very laggy. It didn't do that last year when I had the mod in, but this year, and it is an updated version as well, I believe, because I re-downloaded it, so I don't know why it was doing that. The first time I put it in earlier in October, it just made my game really laggy when it's recording. So what I normally do is, if it's kind of like an autumn theme build, then I kind of just build the lot as normal with that mod not in, and then I'll go back, install the mod again, and then take the screenshots with the mod in, if that makes sense. So I build it without any lag, but then when I'm doing screenshots, it doesn't really matter, just to kind of make it more themed, if that makes sense. But for this one, I kind of just left it out. So we're kind of just going in with some finishing touches here. As you can see, there's those sofas that I was talking about facing the table for two. Oh my god. Anyway, if you want to take it out, you can. It's not really a problem. And I also put a few carving tables there as well. So another little activity you could do once you visit the slot if you like to. And yes, so at the end of the video now, I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this spooky cafe, and if you have any other ideas for Halloween builds. Maybe a little bit pushed by the time this video goes up, I'm not too sure, because I'm not 100% sure when this is actually going up, or autumn theme builds, or just anything in general, let me know. Make sure to leave this video with a like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and go ahead and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is real Thomas 1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!